You've asked yourself the question a million times before, and I'm confident that in 2016, with all the crazy things that happened, you probably asked yourself the question a million times more. It's the age-old question. Why do bad things happen to good people? Well, I'm gonna look to address that a little bit today, but before we do that, I got a few updates. First update is, hey, I decided to grow a beard. Well, that may not seem interesting enough to you to be an update highlighted in this video, but to me, it means a lot because it's how I got the beard. After 5 days in the hospital, after deciding that 4 wheels on an ATV was not enough, I decided I wanted to go for 2. Obviously, I'm not too good at riding on 2 wheels on an ATV, hence the 5 days in the hospital. Now, the weird thing about it is the experience of having my arm pent under this half-a-ton nightmare actually did something to me. It actually changed me a bit. I could say it tweaked me, or as I've told some other people, it recalibrated me, actually for the better. So let's jump back to the question that we opened up the video with. Why do bad things happen to good people? Well, I think the error is found in the question itself. It started with the presupposition that maybe bad things are not supposed to happen to good people. But where do we have a promise like that in the Word of God? We don't. It's not even a biblical idea from the beginning. However, it is a biblical idea that some of the worst things that we ever could imagine may actually happen to us. But God can turn those bad things into something much greater that impacts us for the best. I'm reminded of scriptures like Romans 8:28, and it says, and we know that all things work together for the good of them who love God and are called according to his purpose. I'm also reminded of Joseph, the same guy that was beaten and thrown into a ditch and sold into slavery and accused of rape and spent a little bit of a stint in prison, is the same guy that later said, that thing that you meant for my evil, God meant it for my good. So when we go to this ideal of why do bad things happen to good people, we see bad things happen to us all. Everyone that lives on this earth, if you live long enough, something that you don't want to happen is going to happen to you. But the question is, are you going to embrace God turning it around for your good? See, God does not make tragedy happen, but he does turn tragedy around. So our testimony, whether it's the fact that your arm was pent under an ATV or the fact that you lost a loved one, could be that what was meant for my evil has turned for my good.